Namaskar and good afternoon. Welcome to this press briefing. I apologize for the last minute postponement, but that came because I got request from some of you. There was a clashing engagement. There are two parts to this briefing today. There will be a formal announcement on the visit of the Prime Minister of Israel to India. And for that I have Bala Bhaskar, Joint Secretary, WANA. And after that, we will take some questions. The second part will be, of course, the normal press briefing, the weekly press briefing. So without any further delay, Bala, can I ask you to take us through the program of the Prime Minister of Israel? Thank you.
Thank you, Ravish. Dear friends, Prime Minister of Israel, Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, is visiting India from 14th to 19th January 2018. India and Israel have been commemorating 25 years of diplomatic relations. On this occasion, Prime Minister of India undertook a historic first ever visit to Israel in July 2017. The visit of Prime Minister Netanyahu is a return visit on this occasion. The program of PM Netanyahu includes a visit to Delhi, Agra, Ahmedabad and Mumbai. He is likely to be accompanied by a business delegation. During this visit, Prime Minister Netanyahu will hold bilateral discussions with PM on 15th January 2018. He will also call on Rashtrapati Ji. External Affairs Minister Srimati Sushma Swaraj would also be calling on Prime Minister Netanyahu. PM Netanyahu will also participate in the Raisina Dialogue on 16th January 2018 and will visit Center of Excellence in Agriculture at Vadra and I Create an Innovation Hub in Gujarat on 17th January 2018. On 18th January, he will be visiting Mumbai and his programs. He will be participating in a private business event there. Both Prime Ministers will attend the second India-Israel CEO Forum meeting to be held on 15th January in New Delhi. The first CEO Forum was held during the PM's visit to Israel. PM Netanyahu will also address a separate business event to be organized on the same day. As you are aware, there have been several high-level exchanges between the two countries in the last 3 years, starting with the visit of our Honorable Rashtrapati Ji to Israel in October 2015 and visit by Israeli President Reuven Rivlin to India in November 2016. External Affairs Minister Srimati Sushma Swaraj also visited Israel in January 2016. Since diplomatic relations were established in January 1992, India-Israel bilateral relations have been expanding in the areas of agriculture, water, S&T, innovation, startup, space, education, culture, homeland security and defense. During the visit of our PM to Israel last year, we have upgraded our relations to a strategic level with special focus on agriculture and water. So far, 28 centers of excellence in agriculture are being set up in 11 states in India under the cooperation between the Ministry of Agriculture and Mashav of Israel. So far, 22 centers have been completed. During PM's visit, we signed the work plan for 2018 and 20 for introduction of new variety post-harvest management technique for increasing the value chain and transform CEOs, Centers of Excellence, into commercially viable business models. Our cooperation in the area of agriculture is progressing very well. Steps are also underway for launching a national water campaign for conservation of water with the help of Israel. During PM Modi's visit, an MOU for establishing a US $40 million India-Israel Industrial R&D and Innovation Fund, I4F, was set up by the Department of Science and Technology and National Authority for Technological Innovation, Israel. Currently, the two nodal agencies are in the process of finalizing the guidelines for operationalization of this fund. The bilateral trade between India and Israel was $5 billion in 2016 and 17. in 2016-17, while the exports from India was US dollar 3 billion, the import to India was 1.96 billion. So the bilateral trade is in India's favor by about $1 billion. Major exports from India to Israel include precious stones and metals, chemical products, textiles, textile articles, plants and vegetable products, and mineral products. Major imports by India from Israel include precious stones, metals, mineral products, base metals, machinery, and transport equipment. So, dear friends, this is broadly the about the visit. If you like, I can run through the details of the program. Otherwise, I can be open to questions as suggested by JSXP. Program, okay. So he will be arriving on 14th around noon time, and that day, I mean, our External Affairs Minister will call on. The program will start with call on by AM in the afternoon, and then that is the day. And second day we'll have official day, a ceremonial, a guard of honor, and then official talks, followed by lunch by Honorable Prime Minister. Then he will, in the evening, he will call on President, our President. On the 16th, he will go to Agra. On the 15th evening, he will be participating in the CEO program around 7 o'clock. And then followed by, immediately after that, there will be a business. First, there will be a CEO forum. Then after half an hour, he will be, both the Prime Ministers will be participating in the business event. 16th, of course, Agra. Business event in Taj Hotel. Taj Palace, yeah. So the 16th, 16th, he will be participating in the Raisina dialogue. That is the major event on 16th. 17th in the morning, he will leave for Ahmedabad. Then there he will visit Sabarmati Ashram, and then depart for there is an iCreate Innovation Hub, and from there he will be also inaugurating a Center of Excellence. They will be visiting the Center of Excellence, and then he will also be interacting with CEOs there, and Prime Minister will be hosting a lunch. Then on the evening of 17th, there will be a community reception. So in the evening, he will be leaving for Mumbai, and 18th, he has some programs arranged by Israeli Embassy, including a business seminar. And 19th morning, he will be departing. From Mumbai? Mumbai. Thank you.
Thank you, Bala. Questions? Nidhi?
Young boy.
Can you just
Sorry. So what about Moshe and his family? They're also coming to Mumbai on this visit. So how will that be part of the visit this time?
Some of the finer details are yet to be worked out, and I'm sure you will be in touch with XP Division, and they will be giving the details subsequently.
Nidhi, actually there are some elements of the program being drawn up directly by the Israeli Embassy, and I think as we perhaps approach maybe in the next couple of days, we will have those elements fixed as well. Athar?
Yeah, I already have the mic. Thanks. Hi, Abhish. I hope I get another question later with the normal briefing. The Spike air-to-ground missile reports now indicate there is a rethink after the transfer of technology issue became a sore point. What has changed so that, because it clashed with Make in India and transfer, has anything changed?
You know, India has a long-lasting and wide-ranging defense cooperation with Israel. This covers defense equipment as well as defense industry. and technology cooperation, which are developing very well. So new areas for cooperation are also being actively explored, and I'm sure you will be updated on that. Thank you.
हाँ सर, इजराइल साइड से एक खबर आ रही है कि इजराइल के पीएम एक स्पेशल व्हीकल गिफ्ट करने वाले हैं, जिससे कि दोनों पीएम ने जहाँ पर सी के किनारे वाटर प्यूरीफाई वाला जो स्पेशल गिफ्ट है, तो अगर आप हमें बता सकें कि वो इवेंट एक्चुअली कहाँ होने वाला है, मतलब अहमदाबाद में, ऑल्दो कि वो गिफ्ट तो वही डिसाइड करेंगे कब देना है, कहाँ देना है, बट अगर आप सजेस्ट कर सकें.
Yeah, obviously this is gift by them. We don't know when he lands, when he arrives, when that event takes place, you will come to know. This is a gift by him, so we don't want to comment till that happens.
You see, जो गिफ्ट देने की प्रक्रिया है दो देशों के बीच में होती है, तो उसका एक अलग सा प्रोटोकॉल होता है. कुछ कंट्रीज़ में सामने ही दिया जाता है, कुछ कंट्रीज़ में बिहाइंड द सीन्स एक्सचेंज होता है. वो जैसा बाला ने कहा कि वो फाइनल डिटेल्स है, उस डिटेल में हम नहीं जा सकते आज. कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो हम आज नहीं बता पाएंगे, बट अगर एक्सचेंज है गिफ्ट्स का तो उसका मॉडलिटीज़ जो है ना अभी भी वर्कआउट हो रहा है.
Yeah, you said the bilateral trade is worth $5 billion. That includes defense also, or can you give us the figure for separate figure for defense trade?
That is a different, it's not exactly, this is a different kind of, this is a upgradation of various items. So it is a different thing. This is only non-defense trade.
So you don't have the figure for defense trade?
No, they are not exactly, measured like that. There are different forms of, it's a technological collaboration, upgradation, those kind of software related. So which, it doesn't give exact figures.
You see, bilateral trade, if you know that internationally it is measured under HS coding system. Now there are different components which may go into defense. There are components which may just touch upon the defense procurement. I think this is something which is publicly available as well. I don't think it's a classified document.
So what can be the key deliverables from this visit, and are we expecting some deals also? If there are, can you give some details?
No, as I mentioned earlier, this is we have been celebrating 25 years of our diplomatic relations. This is a very, very special relationship. On this occasion, it was decided that both prime ministers should exchange visits in this year. This itself was a major outcome. Two leaders, prime minister had a first time visit to Israel, first ever visit to Israel. That was the thing. And then we decided that in the same year, the Israeli prime minister also will come. This is actually his visit is a completion of our celebrations of 25 years. So then when he comes, we will be discussing a lot of issues. I mentioned to you, our cooperation has been expanded into several areas. It all started with agriculture. Now we have large areas of cooperation, predominantly dominated by technology, collaboration, innovation, R&D, science, space. So these are actually very qualitative engagement characterized by technological collaboration and innovation. Thank you.
इज़राइल में तेल अवीव से यरूशलेम ले जाने के मुद्दे पर भारत ने जो वोटिंग की थी, क्या उस मुद्दे पर भी भारत आगामी यात्रा में कुछ कहना चाहेगा, अपनी बात रखना चाहेगा?
Our policy is not influenced by any third country. It has been coming there for many years, and our policy is independent. It has nothing to do with our policies with other countries.
Pranay?
Any event been planned around the Haifa Memorial in Delhi?
Have those kind of details. I think still, now it is only 11th. There are a lot of programs in the coming 3-4 days will be fine-tuned. So we are still working with finer aspects of his program.
Akhilesh ji.
Sir, many times it has been conveyed in one way or other that both Israel and Palestine wants India to facilitate the solution. So in this visit, are you going to talk something regarding this issue? Because Prime Minister may also visit Palestine in coming months.
When both the leaders meet, they will be discussing, wide range of issues. They will be on every issue. They will be exchanging views, and I'm sure this also will figure. But our views, are known, and when we have our own views and our own policies that have been coming for a long time, and they have their views. So we will be exchanging views on various matters in the discussions.
When Palestinian president came to India, he had openly said that we will like India to encourage Israel to find a solution between the two countries. So in that context, I asked that when Prime Minister met Israeli Prime Minister, now again he is coming. So is this issue is going to be taken?
No, have not received any such request so far, and this is at this point of time, this is a hypothetical question.
Akhilesh, that are discussions taking place between the two leaders. The agenda is always very broad. What exactly gets discussed is very difficult to project at this stage. There will, of course, be some form of a release, some statement after the visit, where we'll be able to throw more light on what exactly transpired between the two leaders. There first and
Sir, will Moshe and his nanny be visiting India along with Prime Minister Netanyahu? And if so, are there any programs around them that are being organized by the Indian side?
Yeah, I think I reply. As of now, we are still fine-tuning the list of the delegation and for finer details. So we are not aware exactly the final composition of the delegation. And as of now, we don't have, if such things, generally the Israel embassy will organize.
What I sense is that there are several elements and several questions coming to us which relate to maybe some of the private aspect of the program being drawn up directly by the Israeli embassy. In such cases, perhaps you may also wish to ask them. Bala has already gone through the official part of the program, starting on the 14th and going all the way to 18th January.
सर, एग्रीकल्चर के क्षेत्र में टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफ़र को लेकर पिछले तमाम मीटिंग्स में जो है चर्चा हुई। तो पहला सवाल तो ये मेरा कि क्या इस बार के भी एजेंडा में इसको रखा गया है? दूसरा, अब तक क्या प्रोग्रेस हुआ? इजराइल से किस तरह के एग्रीकल्चर से रिलेटेड टेक्नोलॉजी जो है वो इंडिया में ट्रांसफ़र हुई हैं या होने वाली हैं?
As I mentioned, we have set up, there are proposals for 28 centers of excellence. These centers of excellence are meant to impart training to the farmers on crop production, water harvesting, crop management, pesticide management, how to increase productivity, and how to save, how to use the efficient water, how to use efficient fertilizers. All this comprehensive information and knowledge is demonstrated in these centers of excellence for the farmers in various sectors, in vegetables, horticulture, mangoes, fruits. In different states, different types of centers of excellence are there. So the farmers are largely benefited by these centers of excellence, and so we want to, from this, we want to take this cooperation to higher level, where large number, how to. Now the focus, last time when our Prime Minister visited Israel, we have developed a strategic relationship with an intensive focused cooperation on agriculture and water. That is a major component of our strategic partnership. So now we will be discussing how to take this cooperation to higher level, how to see that the benefits are reached to the large number of farmers, how to develop commercial models from these centers of excellence. All these areas are for discussion, and we are continuously engaged in deepening this cooperation in agriculture and water.
Sir, Raman from News 24. इजराइल के प्रधानमंत्री कि पत्नी का अलग से कोई कार्यक्रम है या उनके परिवार के सदस्य भी साथ आ रहे हैं? इसका डिटेल आपके पास आ गया होगा, इजरायली एम्बेसी के पास ही है?
We mentioned these. There are some elements which Israeli embassy will be organizing. Some of these private programs. Maybe best is to approach Israel embassy. They may be doing some events for them.
I can tell you that normally when you have a spouse accompanying the leader of a country, there is a parallel program which we work out, or protocol works out for the spouse. There will be a program, as Bala said, that there are some final touches being given. We may be able to share some elements of the program, maybe by tomorrow sometime. Yes, Nidhi.
No, I just wanted to know about this Bollywood outreach that Israel is planning to do, and what exactly is on the cards on that front.
That I think these programs generally are private in nature, and they will be, as Israeli embassy will be organizing all these events. I mean, if at all that kind of events, the only way these things are organized through their embassy in India. Thank you.
Tank guided missile spike. It is said that there would be a deal between government to government level, leaving the procedural everything behind, like Rafale deal. What you have to say about that?
There is these defense cooperation, they have set mechanisms. It is not these are all commercial decisions based on several factors, and there are procedures, there are mechanisms. So I think any such issues have to go through these established procedures. I am sure which all of you are well aware. Thank you.
If there is nobody, then you get the last question.
क्या फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट पर बातचीत को अंतिम रूप दिया जा रहा है?
No, there are discussions. These are all in the discussion stage, and it is official level teams are discussing on this, and we will have to see how this goes about.
Thank you so much. If there are no other questions on the visit, thank you, Bala, for joining in. Then we can leave. Move to the second part of today's briefing. I don't have any announcement, and now I open the floor to questions. Yes, Siddhant.
So on 9th, the South Koreans and the North Koreans started talking. There was some news also. India's reaction to that?
We have noted that Republic of Korea and DPRK held their first high-level talks since December 2015 at the border truce village of Panmunjom on 9 January. India supports efforts to bring about peace, stability, reconciliation, denuclearization, and reunification of the Korean Peninsula through dialogue and diplomacy. We hope that the engagement between the two countries will help in reducing tensions and pave the way for bringing lasting peace and reconciliation in the Korean Peninsula. We also believe that any solution to the Korean Peninsula must also take into account and address concerns about proliferation linkages of DPRK's nuclear program, nuclear and missile program. Vinita?
Ravish, we have been reading news about Indian diplomats being banned from entering gurudwaras in US, UK and Canada. How is the Indian government viewing such kind of acts?
Vinita, we have seen several reports regarding such notifications coming out of different gurudwaras. Our sense is that the vast majority of the Sikh community in Canada and many other parts of the world, they share a very warm relationship, a very emotional bond with India. They want better relations between India and their country of residence. We take no cognizance of fringe elements which spread hate and communal disharmony. Akhilesh ji.
So Maldives Foreign Minister talked to External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj. So can you give me some details about what were the subject and how it concluded?
Akhilesh ji, I can't really give you a lot of details at this stage. I can just share with you that the Maldivian Foreign Minister, he arrived yesterday, and today is a series of meetings he's having. He already had a meeting with the External Affairs Minister. EM also hosted a lunch for him. We will be issuing a press release later today, and I am not sharing any details simply because the visit is still ongoing, and I don't think it is proper to share details about what has transpired in the meeting at this stage. But we are planning to come up with a press release by the end of the day. We do attach high importance to our relations with Maldives. They have a India first policy. We have a neighborhood first policy. I think it is important for two countries to work together. And we are committed to supporting democracy, development, and stability in Maldives. Athar?
The US ambassador spoke today, and he said, please don't take any note of reports coming in from the US that, techies will be deported or they'll be first to go on the H-1B visa restrictions. However, the first naturalized US citizen to be deported or denaturalized is an Indian. Do you read any ominous signs into that? Should we take the US ambassador at face value? Thanks.
No, I don't. I don't simply, I have been saying at this forum time and again that, we remain engaged with the administration. We are also engaged with the Congress on issues relating to movement of Indian professionals, including under the H-1B visa program. We have also said that there has been no change itself in the H-1B visa program. We have shared our concerns to the US side. We have told them that this is a mutually beneficial partnership which should be nurtured and supported. We are also in touch with the stakeholders in India, and we continue to closely monitor the developments. As I mentioned that we have not come across any comprehensive change so far in the H-1B visa program. What you mentioned earlier, I think it is right. There were media reports indicating that 500,000 Indians will come back, and or alarmist projections, which has been laid to rest by a press release by the US Department of Homeland Security. They have mentioned that no such change is being contemplated by the US agencies at this stage.
प्रधानमंत्री मोदी 22 तारीख को पहुंच रहे हैं वहाँ पर वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम में भाग लेने के लिए दावोस। क्या अलग से कोई साइड में प्रेसिडेंट ट्रंप से मुलाकात का कार्यक्रम है कोई, या वहीं पर तय होगा?
जो दूसरा पार्ट है आपका, मेरे ख्याल से आपने बता ही दिया आंसर कि कब होने वाला है ये। जो प्रधानमंत्री का प्रोग्राम है, हमने उस पर एक प्रेस विज्ञप्ति भी जारी की थी। उस पर प्रोग्राम काफ़ी पैक्ड है। वहाँ पर जाके कौन सी मीटिंग होती है वो मुझे लगता है कि 2-3 दिन पहले ही पता चलता है। शेड्यूलिंग होती है, दोनों लीडर्स की होगी और भी सारे लीडर्स हैं, तो इस पर अभी टिप्पणी करना मेरे ख्याल से जायज़ नहीं होगा। कुछ अगर बन जाती है बात, अगर मीटिंग सेट हो जाती है तो उसके बारे में हम आपको बता सकते हैं।
It's about the Maldives foreign minister's visit. As you mentioned that you will give a press release, but as the foreign ministers meeting already finished, because before India raised some concern over the FTA signed between Maldives and China. Does this issue be discussed during the foreign ministers meeting? Thank you.
I will stick to what I have said, that we will come up with a press release later in the evening. All bilateral issues were discussed. We have mentioned in the past that there are several issues between the two countries on the table. But please have some patience. In the next few hours, you will have a detailed press release outlining the discussions which the Maldivian foreign minister had with our side.
अरुणाचल प्रदेश में सड़क बनाने को लेकर चीन के साथ हाल में एक विवाद सामने आया, जिस पर बाद में आर्मी चीफ ने कहा कि यह विवाद सुलझ गया है। क्या इस बारे में चीन से राजनयिक स्तर पर कोई बातचीत हुई है?
नहीं, आप खुद बता रहे हैं कि मामला था और मामला सुलझ गया है। आपको शायद पता होगा कि भारत और चीन के बीच ऐसे मामले सुलझाने के लिए एस्टेब्लिश्ड मैकेनिज़्म हैं दोनों देशों के बीच में। रिपोर्ट मैंने भी देखी थी, और उन एस्टेब्लिश्ड मैकेनिज़्म के तहत इस टाइप की जो होती रहती हैं उसको आपस में सॉर्ट आउट कर लिया जाता है। वही इस इंस्टेंस में भी किया गया कि कोई ऐसी इंस्टेंस हुई थी और उसको आपस में उस मैकेनिज़्म के थ्रू हमने सॉर्ट आउट कर लिया है।
सर, कुलभूषण यादव के साथ उनके परिवार की मीटिंग के बाद जो तमाम स्थितियां थी वो सरकार ने स्पष्ट की, आप लोगों ने भी स्पष्ट की, लेकिन इस बीच दोनों ही देशों के एनएसए की बैठक की बातें सामने आई। क्या उसका कुछ डिटेल शेयर करना चाहेंगे, और क्या ये बताना चाहेंगे कि बैक चैनल्स में क्या कुछ और भी इस तरह की बातें चल रही हैं दोनों ही देशों के बीच रिलेशंस को रीएस्टेब्लिश करने के लिए, पटरी पर लाने के लिए?
देखिए, भारत और पाकिस्तान के बीच में एक तो जो डायलॉग प्रोसेस है जिसको हमने कहा है टॉक्स एंड टेरर कांट गो टुगेदर, बट उसके अलावा काफ़ी डायलॉग मैकेनिज़्म हैं भारत और पाकिस्तान के बीच में जो जारी रहते हैं। आप लोगों को पता है, जैसे डीजीएमओ लेवल पे चर्चा होती रहती है, मुलाकात होती रहती है। बीएसएफ और पाकिस्तानी रेंजर्स के बीच में भी मुलाकात होती रहती है, रेगुलर मैकेनिज़्म उनका है। और वैसे ही जो हमारी मुलाकात है मीटिंग एट एनएसए लेवल, वो भी इसी ऑपरेशन लेवल डायलॉग का एक पार्ट है। हमने कहा है और वी हैव सेड दैट टेरर एंड टॉक्स कैन नॉट गो टुगेदर, बट टॉक्स ऑन टेरर कैन डेफिनेटली गो अहेड। थैंक यू सो मच। इफ देयर आर नो अदर क्वेश्चन। हाँ,
आप एक तरह से मान रहे हैं कि एनएसए टॉक हुई है, तो उस पर आप बता सकते हैं कि क्या बातचीत हुई, या टेरर पे ही बात हुई, तो किस तरह की बात हुई?
मैं तो मान ही रहा हूँ कि बातचीत हुई है, और मैंने ये भी माना कि जो हमारा मुद्दा है वो टेरर का है। हाउ टू एलिमिनेट दिस रीजन फ्रॉम द स्कर्ज ऑफ टेररिज्म, हाउ टू इंश्योर that terrorism does not affect this region. I think we of course raised the issue of cross-border terrorism, in those talks. Are they meeting again? As I said, that these mechanisms they do take place. I think we don't announce it. These are operational level mechanism like we have for DGMOs and park rangers. We don't announce such visits as well and such meetings as well. So as and when these meetings takes place, you will get to know. Kalol.
I'm hearing after a long time you confirming the latest meeting between the two NSAs. So it's a good sign, but I just wanted to know a little more detail since you did not comment on it before in the last couple of weeks.
I think this is perhaps the first press briefing I'm having in 2 weeks' time. I did not get an opportunity. I was not asked. Today I was asked and I have commented. On the same? Talks on terror. On terror. Ranjit ji.
Terror was only issue taken up during the discussions, or other issues are also discussed?
I have shared what I had to. You see, I think as I said that there are mechanisms to discuss the issue of terrorism between the two sides, and this was discussed between the meeting of the two NSAs. ये मैं इसके बाद आपको एक कोड दे दूंगा अलग से. हाँ.
Sir, since this meeting between the NSAs took place exactly one day after Kulbhushan Jadhav's family went to Islamabad to meet him, did the NSA at any point raise the humiliation that the family went through in Islamabad?
You see, some of these meetings, they are predetermined. I think the dates are decided well in advance, and it is not to do with anything which is happening at that point of time. And again, I will mention the same thing, that the focus of talks remained on terror and cross-border terrorism. That's again, I'll say the same thing. You see, I think there are a lot of things which can be said. I am saying that the focus of talks was on terrorism, cross-border terrorism, and that is what I can share. Thank you so much. Any other question? Thank you, and thank you for joining us.